Politicians should learn
to forgive. They do, don't they?
not make wild statements in the time of Lent and Easter. Anyway,
All right, so let's start from where Opanyin just dropped. I mean, statements that's should be responsible, you know. But the point is, the NDC has petitioned the CID and the IGP over the comments by the Agriculture Minister Brian A. Champon, and they want him arrested and interrogated for the comments. Let me start off with your opinion. You just dropped that. I mean, how seriously should we be taking? I mean, these comments as a nation. Many have said that it's a national security issue. The Peace Council is also cautioning political parties to be responsible for the comments they make and not to create tension in the country. So how seriously should we be taking this altogether?
good morning to our viewers. I really don't understand politicians in this part of the world. I really don't. Why would you want to weaponize the 2024 elections by your words? Why? What is it that is in there that, you know, politicians will fight tooth and nail to gain power? What is it? For me, what I understand by gaining power is to serve. That's what I understand by being a politician. You're there to serve. You're there to give your all to help the masses of people who, you know, feel you are the one who's supposed to be there to manage our affairs. And not a question of, because you're in power, you can say and do anything that you want. But why didn't he talk about this when he wasn't being made a minister? Now you've been put in the position. You haven't even, your legs aren't even under the table yet to show Ghanaians what you can do with the agricultural ministry. And you're talking the way you're talking. I mean, when you say that the party will ensure it remains in government at all costs.
They will not hand over power.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It could mean two things. Could mean one thing, that you'll do everything possible in a positive way to win. On the other side, it could mean a negative thing. You would create any kind of mayhem you want. It could be another thing. You would steal the elections to make sure you stay in power. Come on. They frustrate me. I was very saddened by those comments.
The NDC makes reference to the Ayawaso West Wogon incident. They said this, I mean, the same person was in charge, and the report, I mean, indicted him.
There was a recommendation in the report to indict him for his role in the Ayawaso West Wogon. But the president decided not to do anything about it.
So it makes it even more serious, doesn't it?
Well, you see, you are fanning the fire.
I am?
Yes, you're fanning the fire. Nothing was done to that gentleman. Something should have been done to it. Nothing was done to it. From where I stand, it seems as if he has some security expertise and all that in this type of thing. And if somebody like him, who's been indicted in a report, goes and stands somewhere and says such a thing, everybody would feel, this gentleman, why? And the flip side is that the NDC too have done the same thing, have used same words. They've done the same thing. And my sadness of it is that the people are caught in between. The people are caught in between. NDC, MPP, Ghana is not for you. Ghana is for all of us. Can't we have a safe and sound election? Can't we? Politics has got to do with the exchange of ideas. That's what politics is about. You bring your idea, I bring my idea. You bring your idea because you feel you're capitalist. I bring my idea because I'm socialist. You bring your idea because you feel you're social democrat. I bring my idea because I feel I'm a cultural person. You know, exchange of ideas. Let's educate people so that those who come after us become even better than who we were when we were in power.
Can the IGP or the CID have the power to act on this petition?
The IGP has indicated and has indicated to politicians that if you don't calm the words and the things you say, we will take you on. You take it on. But you see, for me, I blame the Constitution. I blame the reason why we don't want to change the Constitution, or we don't want to amend parts of the Constitution. Now, the NDC can't point a finger. They can't point a finger at Brian Champon. Did they not pass him in Parliament? If they knew he had these tendencies, why did they pass him? Why? If they felt he was this kind of person, he was a dangerous person, why? You see, the hypocrisy is just too much. So Amaleba, my good friend Amaleba, and go to, what do you call it, to send a petition there. The IGP didn't meet them, so that is another case. My good friend Amaleba is saying that it was a special case, we needed to see the IGP. What was special about it? If you feel he's done something wrong, go to the police, write a statement, meet him in court. Why are you depending on the IGP to arrest him? Go to the police and say, this man has said A, B, C, D, E. Get your lawyers to take him to court. Simple. Taking us for granted too much. The politics in this country is taking us for granted too much. Where we sit today, we don't need this. We don't need this.
Safini, let me come to you. I mean, with this petition, do you think there will be any action from the IGP? We've seen now the NPP is also, I mean, equalizing. That the gentlemen on the other side of the divide have also made similar comments. And so, where do you see this petition going?
Well, first of all, let me put this thing in proper, what I believe should be the proper context. My brother here said politicians in this part of the world. He doesn't know what is wrong with politicians in this part of the world. There's nothing wrong with politicians in this part of the world. Politicians are human beings, just as politicians are all over the world. We've seen politicians make controversial statements, inflammatory statements, insightful statements, good statements, bad statements, all over the world. All politicians. We've seen somebody who held one of the biggest political offices in this world actively incite people against his own government in the United States. We've seen it happen in Europe. We've seen it happen in Asia. So these things happen everywhere. So that's the context I wanted to place it. Now, Mr. Brian Champon, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, some comments. And their interpretations to these comments. Yes, I would have wished he had put those comments in a different way. Be that as it may, this is what he has said. Now, the NDC have decided to go and make a formal complaint to the police. In doing so, they decided to go and give the complaint to the Inspector General of Police himself. I don't know how that will make a difference anyway. Because if you, a political party, want to get the police to take action, what I would have expected is that you make your report at the police station in the area where the comment was made and see the reaction of the police. That is when you are testing the system. But if you go to the Inspector General of Police's office, you don't have an appointment. You don't know his program for the day. You go there, you don't meet him. You say when you went, the police Inspector General wasn't there.
But did they have to take, the efforts?
They said he was in the car park when they got there.
My question, is even did they have to take the effort of the NDC, to even petition before the police act?
That is the point I am making. They are just trying to dramatize this thing and whip it up to another level. And we too shouldn't be helping them or helping anybody. All the commentary we do, all the discussions we do, we should have Ghana at heart. So even if somebody says something we think is the worst thing that he said, fine. He may have said something that, so far as somebody is concerned, it's the worst thing. I may not agree, but the fact that somebody thinks it that way, I have to accept it. Ours is not to fan the flames that it may have lit. Ours is to douse those flames, if any. If there are some people's minds, they think that this thing is inflammatory and it's going to cause confusion. Those of us who have the opportunity to speak, So let people appreciate that. Look, yes, the comments may not have been said the way many of us would have wished it were said, because no political party will want to look forward to losing power. Every political party will look forward to wanting to retain power and not hand over to the opposition. Every political party, from Kwame Nkrumah's time. But the reality of life is that you are not in the head of the voter casting his vote. And no matter how good you perform as a government, if the voter decides to go a particular way, there's nothing you can do. The Honorable Brian Champon is not the Chief Justice. He is not the one to swear in the next president. So you won't say that I won't go and swear the man in because I'm the one swearing. So all these points, so far as I'm concerned, they don't even come in. He expressed a view, a wish, a deep-seated wish that every political party will have. That look, we were not going to lose this election and we won't hand over. Yes, he said it. Does that mean he can violate the Constitution? He can't. There's nobody who can violate the Constitution. And he's a very successful businessman. The last thing he personally will want to see is the Constitution of the country violated. For there to be mayhem. So yes, if he made comments and the comments did not sound good, I accept that and I respect that.
Should he be interrogated? Should he have been interrogated before now?
You never know what is happening behind closed doors. What is important, so far as I'm concerned, is not for us to whip it up. He has made comments. The Inspector General has heard. The Excellency, the President has heard. The National Security Apparatus has heard. This thing is being dealt with. The important thing for me is that we don't do anything else beyond what it has said. It is this type of constant talking about it and repeating the film, that short clip. He said a lot of very good things. It is just those comments that he made that didn't sound well, that now everybody is dwelling on. Why don't people dwell on the other things as well?
That's media, isn't it?
So, we are looking at Ghana. So let's not do that.